It's running backs.
Mm-hmm.
I'll start us off since you started quarterbacks off. For running back, my boom is none other than Tony Pollard.
What Robert Saleh did with Fred Warner in San Francisco.
Fake it. Nice sell job. Pollard has some blockers and spins his way for a first down.
Oh, I had Tony Pollard.
I had a feeling because you were talking about him pretty a lot.
Yeah.
All right, we can share the floor here. Tony
That's
Pollard.
so fun. Oh, jeez. Okay. Nice. You can go ahead, man.
I mean, yeah, my points are just Packers have a suspect defense. That's number one. I thought they'd be a lot better this season, but they haven't shown that. Like after last game, like we were kind of talking about, like before this recording, like he's the clear cut guy now.
Yeah, I know, and yeah, I mean he took it since week 1, so
right. And I believe Spears got hurt. Oh, he got banged up with an ankle injury as well, and so
dang, a lot of like running backs getting hurt.
Yeah, I know. And then on top of that, like let's be honest here, like this is just speculating, but if I'm that coach. Like, I don't know. Like, I would lean on the run game, especially the questionable decisions that Will Levis is starting. Yeah, Will Levis is starting to make, dude. I'm like, man, dude, you gotta chill.
Yeah. Also, on top of it, Packers allowed over 100 yards to Jonathan Taylor, and he only had like 12 attempts.
Right.
So that run D is not good. So yeah, I would think Pollard's gonna get the ball, get at least 20, like 15 to 20 touchdowns.
And I feel like if Titans are gonna win, it's gonna be Pollard.
Yeah.
So, Pollard's our boom. Okay.
Nice.
Okay. We'll go to running back busts then, since we both had Pollard. My first running back bust is actually J.K. Dobbins.
Dobbins trying to get to the edge. He's got a blocker. He's got more than a blocker. Inside the 25-20. Did the sprints help? Oh, boy, he somersets into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers.
Don't tell me you picked them too. Don't tell me you picked them too.
I have Dobbins, right?
Don't tell me you picked them too. Okay.
Dude, that's hilarious.
Would we pick the same? There's no way.
There's no way you chose the same sleeper.
Yeah, okay. We can share the floor again for J.K. Dobbins. I mean, this is pretty obvious. They're playing Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
I just said it. They're playing Pittsburgh.
And obviously now that Dobbins not like the sneaky running back.
Everyone knows.
Everyone knows he's the running back.
Right.
So yeah, that's exactly what I thought. But if I want to throw out a second bust, actually, so Dobbins was my first one. Another one.
Okay, let you take that bust then.
Our boy Connor.
On cue, in the Rams territory down to the 44.
James Conner.
Yeah.
Against the Rams.
No. They're playing against the Lions. Lions just held the Bucs running back duo of White and Irving to like almost like 2 yards per carry.
Yeah.
That Lions run D is pretty good. And I know Connor's really pivotal in that game. But now that Marvin Harrison is showing up, I think that Kyler is going to be more willing to throw the ball more. And
and assuming we're going to think, I'm guessing the Lions are going to win.
Oh, yes. Exactly.
So that's also a thing.
So, and Connor, as great as a back he is, I think he's going to go against a tougher defense this week. The Rams are not a tough defense. So
is he someone, though, is he kind of like on the line of like you wouldn't start him? Or is he kind of like you have to kind of start him?
The thing is, it's tough because like, depends. Like if he was like my flex player and I had someone like with more potential, I would consider it this week. But I'm 99% sure most people have Connor as like maybe even the best back right now.
Right, but just don't expect a lot.
Yeah, he's not going to produce what he's been produced the past 2 weeks.
Yeah, which has been pretty good.
Which is exactly what I thought about J.K. Dobbins too.
Right.
I'm sure now he's a must start no matter what.
Exactly.
But
I would probably start James Conner over J.K.
Okay. Yeah.
But I mean, anything else to add to J.K. or?
No, I mean it was pretty like the same.
Pretty obvious. Okay.
Yeah.
On to running back sleeper.
Yes.
My guy is Alexander Mattison.
Oh. Mattison, the running back. Mattison takes the handoff, pushes forward and in.
Thank God we didn't get the same one.
At this point, like fire up all the guys playing the Panthers. I mean, it's like the defense is the worst in the league. I mean, maybe there's a little turnaround here, but I think there's potential with Raiders. I don't think it's going to happen, but I think if it happens, which there's a chance of Raiders leading by a decent amount, the second unit will get more playing time. And plus, like, we're not the biggest fans of Zamir White. And I think Alexander just looks better.
Yeah, I think White is such a mistake. Was a mistake. in the beginning.
Honestly, he's become our new guy. Like
He's our new like
Miles Sanders.
Miles
Where
Sanders.
we just do not believe
Yeah.
in him. But yeah, I mean, even last game, Madison, he didn't get as much carries as Zamir,
Uh-huh.
but he got the goal line carry.
Yeah, which is the most important.
Right, and so I do think he's the only one that scored a touchdown in both
Mhm.
games. It's a bit of a risky pick, I'll be honest. This is a little bit of a deep sleeper. So if you got nobody, you know, you could take a gamble with Madison. I think he could maybe produce some good, decent numbers.
I'm going deeper sleeper
Deeper, wow. Okay.
because no one should actually have him on his roster.
Nobody.
Nobody should have.
How confident are you?
Like maybe 1% maybe would have.
Does somebody have him in our league?
I highly doubt it.
Okay, go ahead.
It's Kareem Hunt.
And Smith, he fires deep, and that's going to be caught on the run by Kareem Hunt. Inside the 20, inside the 10, all the way for a Kansas City touchdown to tie.
Signed to the Chiefs. I just have this feeling, and I know that he's coming off practice squad and everything. I just have a feeling that he's going to come out and he's going to do what he did like his rookie year first game, like whatever he did, like 80 yards, 2 touchdowns.
You think he'll get more carries than Chris Steele, which is kind of like the hot target?
I think so in this case, and that's why he's like a sleeper because obviously Chris Steele is also up there too, right?
Right.
And I think a lot of people think he's like the next guy in line, which kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
But I think if you're the Chiefs, and if you had a guy that you're like, you know what, we're fine with what we have,
Yeah.
You wouldn't search for a running back.
Right.
Like,
That's a fair point.
yeah, because it's not like they don't have backups to the backup. Like, it's like,
And he's played there before.
yeah, and he's been playing before, so I don't think he's that like still ready to be the lead back.
Yeah.
Hunt's gonna come in, and he has a lot of experience, obviously, and when he was on the Chiefs before, he was all pro basically.
Well, I mean, by the time this recording is out, Kareem Hunt is probably one of the top higher waiver wire pickups, and he's probably
become
going
like 50%
to
leads.
after
easy.
this week. So,
Yeah.
but you would consider playing him? You're saying?
I think so because especially right now with so many injuries happening.
Yeah.
I know CMC
Right.
owners or
Pacheco now.
Pacheco owners.
Yeah.
Like, it's tough.
It is tough.
And there's just some backs who are not performing. Who people like Zamir White,
Right.
Rashid White also did poorly.
Right.
And these guys are supposedly like must starts too, in a
Right.
sense.
Right.
Like they should be running back twos, but they're producing bottom tier.
So might as well take a.
Like, yeah, I mean, I would say try to get Hunt, and then if he does play, he might be able to produce just as much.
Mm.
I mean, I would assume more, but
Right. And he's always been a threat in the passing game somewhat too.
Exactly, that's true too.
So
I mean, he took away carries from Nick Chubb. That's how good he was.
yeah, that's fair.
So.